बात तो बहुत
चला को पोयता वहाँ
Everybody is here.
हरीश
Can we start? First and foremost, I would like to thank you for making it possible for this press conference. Thank you very much. Let me say, I am blessed for having been born in Navini that gave birth to two giants, Dr. Francis Louis Thomas and Cardinal Gracious. Dr. Francis Louis Thomas had propounded the concept of national freedom for India 35 years before the Indian National Congress was born. His words, when I'm talking to you, are still echoing in my ears. He said in the European Parliament that he is born to a race which invented chess and Mahabharata, the two works of sublimate eternity. The nightingale which once soared the heavens is fluttering its wings against the cage which holds captive. I ask for my country light and liberty. This quote still is echoing in my ears. Because today my Goa is suffering from maladministration. Today my Goa is bleeding because of the wrong policies, programs. Today my Goa is suffering because of the bad administration. And people like you, I and Goans cannot allow Goa to bleed. I have all along my life has been associated with struggles and activism. I started as a student with Students' Union. I started to fight for the working class in the trade unions. Finally, I joined the politics because I believe that politics is a way to serve the people, to help the people, to help the people to solve their aspirations, their problems, and difficulties. Let me tell you, I became an MLA. My first struggle was to win the twin aspirations of Goa and Goans. Our mother tongue as official language and state language. Thereafter was as an MLA. My second struggle was to fight for Goans, for securing 100% employment in the government and securing 8% employment in the private sector. You may be knowing, I brought the employment policy. I brought the IT policy. I brought the biotechnology policy. I brought different legislation to protect our environment, our trees, our ecology, our environment. I implemented 80% of the employment policy, and I feel very happy. I feel very happy when I see young people paying as BDOs, as Mamlatdars, as collectors, deputy collectors. I also brought a decision in the cabinet to have our own IAS CADA. But it did not happen, it will happen. Today, I feel the greatest movement before Goa is the movement of unification of our state. Is a movement to fight people who are trying to divide. Is a movement to take Goa at the greater heights. Because I believe that Goa is a jewel on the crown of India. Now you will see, and many pressmen, when I met the presims of the legislature department, asked me, are you quitting Congress? Perhaps this question may be in your mind. Are you quitting Congress? I have definitely resigned as a member of Legislative Assembly. My resignation is a call for unification. I have not resigned from the Congress because I belong to the Congress Party. Congress Party is not only a party. Congress Party has been a movement started by our father of the nation, by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, by Sardar Patel, by Indira Gandhi, by Rajiv Gandhi. So Congress Party is a movement. I belong to the Congress family. I believe in this ideology, in its philosophy, in its principles, in its programs, and for what Congress has stood all along in the history of this country. The history of Congress is a history of proud India. But today, this Congress family is fragmented. We have got on one side Mamata Congress, YSR Congress, Sharad Pawar Congress. Congress is divided. Congress is weak. And we are going to fight the divisive forces which are ruling at the center and ruling the state. There is a need for unified Congress. There is a need for Congress to come together. And those leaders who have shown the way and succeeded to fight against the BJP, they have to come together. We have to bring them together. And it is my dream that in this assembly elections, we start But finally, in the ensuing parliamentary elections, we should all come together. And I'm sure all the secular-minded people, leaders, will follow this and will ensure that Congress once again, a party, a movement which has brought this country freedom, will also bring freedom for this country from these divisive forces which are destroying this country and this state. I today request the people of Goa. Goa needs a credible alternative. I have started. And therefore I said my resignation is a call for unification. I appeal and I request the people of state. Our enemy is BJP. Our goal is to defeat these divisive forces. I am a fighter. I fought all along my life. I'm going to fight. And I want to call the forces and be a part of this movement to defeat the divisive forces and bring a new dawn in Goa. I think I have said enough. And I think that this message to you will go all over Goa. We have started a movement. And I'm sure just like the movement for official language, just like the movement for statehood, just like the movement for reservation of Goans and Goans which I spearheaded, just like the movement which we had in Goa, where the people supported and blessed, that the people of Goa will support and bless, because today we have got a lot of issues. There is an issue where Goa has become a coal destination. We have signed with Adanis and Jindas to bring 11 million tons of coal. We are destroying our rivers. River Mahadevi, which represents 60% of the lifeline of the people of Goa. And then we are talking, the water from the Mahadevi basin is already shifted to the Malaprabha basin. When the Supreme Court has given a call that you recover 35,000 crores of mining loot, when we have given an assurance that we will recover, nothing is happening. Because this administration doesn't belong to the people of Goa. When Goans who are eating fish curry rice are poisoned every day, because we are, by the grace of God, producing so much of fish that 95% of Goa's fish is going out. And 95% of the fish which we are consuming is coming from the other states, which is poisoned with formalin and other chemicals. The food which we eat is poison. Goans raise the voice. Goans abstain from eating fish. The formalin-laden trucks were caught. Government said they have already started constructing the state-of-art laboratory. This mafia of fish, these people who are champions of horror, when Goa is going through a scourge of cancer, has the government filed at least one FIR? Has the government stopped this fish which is laden to formalin to come to Goa? Has government controlled the fisheries? Has the government who has promised and who has sanctioned a state-of-the-art laboratory in which was started, where is it? The same fish mafia with the patronage of the government is poisoning Goans, and Goans are dying with a scourge of cancer. I can go on and on. Overnight they brought a lot of bills. People of Goa are agitating. But the story goes on. Goa is leading. And therefore I appeal the people of Goa to bring a new dawn for Goa. Thank you.
After your presentation, are you going to go to Mamata Congress?
I have said today Congress family is divided. And definitely you have to think out of the box. We have to see who has got the power to face the present dispensation which is ruling in Delhi and ruling in Goa. Definitely, I will support Mamata Congress because she has fought, she has succeeded. Being a woman, for me, she symbolizes woman empowerment which can bring this country back on the rails of development and progress.
What was the immediate cost to leave Congress?
I don't know whether you heard me. I have not left Congress. I am a congressman. I am congressman. I believe in the ideals, philosophy of the Congress party. And therefore, my dream is to unify the different factions in the Congress so that Congress can face today and in the future.
It is not designed by what is your kind of state to decide who is the cut among the various factions?
Sorry?
What is your cut of state to decide who is powerful enough to give any faction or the faction of the Congress family? What is your cut of state to decide who is
I will take a decision and I will tell you at the appropriate time.
But the cut of state, when is your?
Why should I give cut-off date?
I mean, we are just facing an election, but it's
I know.
confusing the waters.
So I will tell you, and I think the writing on the wall is very clear. You will come to know within a couple of days.
On which party are you going to contest the next election then, if you have not left the Congress?
I will decide whether I will contest or not. But definitely, I am going to lead a movement in the state of Goa and in the country.
Mr. Valero, did you discuss these issues with...
Sorry.
काँग्रेसीन तुमकां सतोवणी जाताली म्हणून तुम्ही रिजायन जाला
किती म्हणलं तुम्ही?
तुमकां त्रास जाताले तुमकां काँग्रेसीन तुमकां त्रास जाताले न्हू म्हणून रिजायन जाला तुम्ही
You see, maybe
मेबी द नॉट आन्सर
I have worked for my party. I have worked at the state level and national level. I was asked to come at the center. And as a AICC General Secretary, I am proud and happy that God has been very kind. Because I could bring Congress governments twice in Mizoram, twice in Meghalaya, twice in Arunachal, in Manipur, and even as a chairman of screening committee in Karnataka. Thereafterwards, when Congress was as it is now, we had hardly MLAs at that time. I was requested to come back. As much It pained me to leave Goa, my Goa, in 2007. I left. I came back in 2017 elections. The situation of Congress was as it is today. I went to the people. We explained to the people the U-turns. We brought a charge sheets. Maybe we did not succeed because last time when I was this, we had absolute majority. That time also they destroyed Congress government, and the Congress people in Goa only destroyed Congress government. This time we had 17 plus 1. And that night, on 11th of March 2017, we had 21 MLAs, the majority to form the government. I asked the legal department at Delhi, Mr. Mittal, I said, what should I do? He said, sir, you give a letter immediately to the governor and ask that since we are single largest, you have to call us. But then the in charges of Goa from Delhi stopped me from giving this letter to the governor. Thereafter, the rest is history. I was pained. I was shattered. Next day, when we lost the government, they told me at the CLP, you are selected with 13 votes out of 17 votes. You are selected as a leader of opposition, as a CLP leader. 1 minute, I am replying to the question. So, I told them I will not accept leader of opposition because people are angry. They had given us a mandate and we have failed to fulfill this mandate. After I refused to be the CLP leader, because people also felt cheated, people who supported Congress. After a few days, the General Secretary of the AICC, along with some MLAs, they came and told me, if you leave Congress, we will form the government within 24 hours. I told them, if we can form a government within 24 hours, I will go to Delhi and submit my resignation. I came back and I told them to form the government. I maintained dignified silence in my sufferings for 4.5 years. But my suffering for 4.5 years is not important. The sufferings of the people of Goa who gave their precious vote and who were betrayed, their suffering is much more than my suffering. Because we have not only failed them, thereafter we have lost 13 MLAs. And today we are what we are when I took over in 2017 elections. Please don't ask me to talk more. Thank you very much.
We get one letter of press note, and there is a Luisan Valero resigns from Congress, and you are saying I am congressman. What is it? Your press release. Press release is here, and what you think is resign? You are saying.
See, I have resigned as an MLA, and I have resigned as a primary member of Congress party, but I belong to the Congress family. The family which gave us freedom. Overall Congress family. And you wait and see. We are going to start a movement to free Goa and movement to fight against the divisive forces. Thank you very much.
Which congressman you are? You are Trinamool Congress, you are NCP Congress. What is your main mind?
A Congress which can fight the BJP.
So when are you joining TMC?
आता सांगेल बघतो आता सांगला.
When are you joining TMC? So when are you joining TMC?
I will inform you. It won't be very long. I will come and inform you. Thank you.
Everybody support Naveli.
Sir,
Who are you?